Save and quit explained in Black Ops 7 Zombies fully. Everything you have to know, because there are a couple of caveats that people do not tell you about or don't remember to tell you about, which is absolutely fine, but we're going to tell you right now everything you have to know. So you see right there in the top right hand corner of the screen at the beginning of the video that this game was just loaded up on round 2 from a save and quit. Now, what does this mean? This means that anything in my game that I may have purchased on round 2 before I save the game does not come back on my person. Any gobblegums that I used on round 2, I still lose and use. However, I'm back into the game, so say I was on like round 50 and I save and quit my game, who really cares if I lose whatever happened during that round? Now, something to note about save and quit is that once you're in a game of zombies, if you get hit by a zombie, you will not be able to save and quit. You need to be, if you look on the left-hand side of your screen, at full health. Once you're at full health, you're then in position to save and quit. Now, another thing you have to keep in mind is that if there are any active exfils, you will also not be able to save and quit your game. Meaning, say I'm on round 11 and the exfil booth is ringing, I can't exfil my game until it stops ringing and or the exfil goes away. So now something I'm going to show you guys is not only the save and quit feature, but the crash protection feature in Black Ops 7 Zombies. So we do have, oh, it's the end of round 4. So let's say at the beginning of round 4, it doesn't matter because I'm on round 4 now, right? I buy quick revive. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to Alt F4 out of my game. I'm not going to save and quit. I'm going to Alt F4. I'm going to save and quit later on. I'm going to explain the rest of this stuff to you, which isn't working. So I'm just going to knock it down via Task Manager. All right, so now we've basically emulated a crash on round 4. I had quick revive on me when I started round 4. I bought quick revive and my game crashed on round 4. And now we're going to load up Black Ops 7 Zombies, and you're going to see here what the deal is. So we're going to go to Black Ops 7 Zombies, and wait for it. There you go. Now that it's loaded up, I'm going to hit select match, and then boom, right away, as soon as you go to select the match, it's going to say, whoa, your last match ended unexpectedly, and a temporary save file has been created. Do you want to continue your last match or discard the save and start a brand new match? Now, at this point, like I said, the decision's up to you. But most of the time, this comes in handy. Say you're on like round 50 and the game happens to crash. All you have to do is hit continue, and your match will pick up right from the beginning of the round you were on. If you decide to discard, that's it. The game's going to be thrown away, and you can't go back into it. But now, for the sake of showing you how save and quit actually works, in conjunction with what I just showed you, which is the crash protection save and quit feature, we're going to go ahead and continue this match. All right, so as you can see, we're back spawned in again. It is round 4, or you'll be able to see in a second. It is round 4. My game's loaded. But as I already told you guys, I will not have quick revive because I purchased it on the round my game crashed on. So basically meaning at the end of round 3, whatever I had on my person is exactly what I'm going to get. So if I bought a completely different weapon on round 4 and I pack-a-punched it and I did all these different things, it does not matter because whatever point I was at the very beginning of the round is where I'm going to spawn back in and or what I'm going to spawn back in with. And that is how save and quit works as well. It's not only the game crashing feature, it's also how save and quit works. So something to note about both the save and quit and the crashing feature is that if you are in a game and you return from a save and quit or you return from a crash, if you go to pause to save and quit your match again, you cannot save and quit on the same round. You must now progress to the next round. Now, if your game crashes again at this point, like I said, you're screwed. That's it. The game's gone. But the chances, honestly, of the game crashing 2 times in a row like that are very slim. But either way, say you want to save and quit, all you have to do is complete this current round, and bang, you'll be able to save and quit on the following round. Now, for the sake of example, I'm going to go ahead and buy Quick Revive right now on round 4. How you doing, Mr. Quick Revive? Bang, bada, boom. There you go. We got Quick Revive on round 4, and now we are going to go ahead and end the round, and we are now on round 5. And something else I think I should show you guys now is since we have now started round 5, let me go ahead and purchase this Coda 9 pistol. And you'll see why here in a second. But now I have this zombie on me right here. As you guys already know for the most part, probably, is that in order to save and quit your game, you're going to have to pause it and then you're going to hit save and quit. However, if you have taken any damage from zombies, as you can see, I just took damage, and you try to save and quit, it will not work. This is basically done because you could be in a corner, just pause and save and quit if you're about to die. That's cheesy. They don't want that. That's not the purpose of save and quit. It's supposed to allow you to quite literally save your game, quit for now, and then come back at a later point in time. So if you're damaged at all, you must wait until you're full health in order to save and quit. Another thing to keep in mind is that if there is an active exfil, I think I mentioned this earlier, but I tried to record this video a couple of times so I don't remember, but if there is an active exfil, say it's round 11, you cannot save and quit during that period of time. You must just wait for the exfil to go away, and then you can save and quit your game on that round. So basically the requirements for save and quit are be at full health, don't be on the same round that you save and quit on or that you return from a save and quit file, meaning if you're on round 4, progress to round 5, make sure there's no active exfil, make sure you're at full health like I said, and then you could just save and quit your game, and it even tells you what the deal is. Hit save, and bing, bada boom, your game is saved. And we're going to explain the last part, what this really means in a second. So as it's saying saving, let's just say that you had to save and quit your game. Say you're on round 50, say you're not around 5, and you wanted to come back in 10 to 15 days from now. You could absolutely do that. All you have to do is hit select match, then go to your save file, and right there, since this wasn't a crash, it's not going to prompt you right away, say, oh, you were in a game, do you want to resume it? No, this is your chosen save and quit file. So you can go ahead, hit save file, select the save file, and then it will load it up. Say you don't want to load the save file though right now, you could still go back, and it's not gone though, it's still in the list. But if you do select the save file and you load up your game, once that game loads in, this save file is deleted. And if you're, like I said, if your game crashes, since you're technically on the round you save and quit on, the save is just gone. So if your game crashes, that's the deal. And like I said, you can't save and quit on the same round that you return in. And like I said, if you wanted to return 15 days later from your initial save, you could do that actually up to 30 days later. Really, really cool feature. Now there's two more things that I want to mention about save and quit. One is that right now I have this save file on Ashes of the Damned. If I go into a standard game of zombies, I could play Ashes of the Damned with no problem and still retain that save file. It's not a problem at all. That save file will stay there. However, if I decide to save and quit another game, that's going to be it. You can only have one save file at a time for just the regular zombies mode. Now, survival and the regular zombies mode are bunched together, but in this game, you actually have Dead Ops Arcade 4 as well. And if you save and quit a game in Dead Ops Arcade 4, you actually can add that as a second save file in this list, meaning that if I went to a game in Dead Ops, saved and quit like I said, I would have two options to return to a game, either to that game of Dead Ops or the game of Ashes of the Damned. So a really cool and a really useful feature. All right, what's going on, guys? I forgot to mention one last thing, and it's very important, actually. If you played Black Ops 6 Zombies, you know this. If we ever have an Easter egg in this game, like the Rick Toffin Easter egg boss fight, then you're going to come to love save and quit, because what you'll actually be able to do is if you down in that match, as soon as you get back up from being down, you can pause your game immediately, hit save and quit, and your match will save. And this is good because as soon as you spawn back in from that save file, you'll be on round 15, you will not have entered the boss fight yet, and you'll be able to give it another attempt with all of the stuff that you had when you went into the boss fight, for the most part, so long as you had it at the beginning of said round. Now, do keep in mind that even though I technically said in this video that nothing that happened to you is relevant because the game just restarts you from the beginning of the end of the previous round practically, that is true with the exception of self-revive. So if you down and get back up and then save and quit, you're going to still have to repurchase that self-revive when you come back into the game. And also keep in mind, if you are doing this with some kind of Easter egg or boss fight or something important, to go to the next round before you attempt it again. Otherwise, you will not be able to save and quit again if you need to, and that's important. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Back. I don't know, I just said back. I'm back to the outro. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm exhausted. Now, to end this video off here, I'm going to load up the game of Ashes of the Damned to make 100% abundantly clear via visual representation how this works, because I already told you a couple of times. All right, so you can see we are now back into the match, and right away, if I want to save and quit, I can't because I am resuming on the, I just resumed the game. I have to progress to the next round in order to go ahead and save and quit again. As you can see right there, I have to go to round 6. It tells me right there. Next thing you'll notice is that I do have quick revive on my person because I bought it on round 4 and I save and quit on round 5. So anything on my person at the end of round 4 will be in my save file for round 5, even though I'm starting at the beginning of round 5. Another thing you'll notice is that I'm actually trying to switch weapons right now, and I don't have that second weapon on me. Again, I already explained this, but I just wanted to show it to you because if you did purchase anything really meaningful during a round or you did something very impactful, you may want to progress one additional round before you actually do your save. This way you save that progress in your save file. But there you go. That is save and quit fully explained in Black Ops 7 Zombies in its entirety, from save and quit to crash and return with a smile on your face because you did not lose your game. If you're excited for Black Ops 7 Zombies and want more elite COD Zombies content, make sure to subscribe. Otherwise, Frankie Beans is going to get it. Make sure you join the most elite COD Zombies Discord down below in the description. And I will see you guys later. Take care of your meatballs.
I've been wishing for some better days.